Sports Network broadcast. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Stick TV, Facebook, and YouTube. Get all your sports news here first. The daily podcasts are Ken and Ken in the Morning, Lions Talk with Smoking Jeremy B, Wrestling Roundup, The Big Football Show, and more, Shield TV, Lions Villain Report, and Red Zone Rant. The afternoon podcasts are Valhalla, Grosef Sports, WCFL Dolphins Talk, The Cheap Seats, The Bodkin Show, Spirit of Detroit Podcast, and Maniacs. The nightly podcasts are Hallis Hall Report, Frozen Tundra Network, Skull Gang 365, The Huddle Sports Network Open Mic, First and 10 with Foz, Main Event Football Show, Prime Sports World, The Man Cave, Prim and Proper Sports. Spitballing Podcast, Lions Fan Cave Chat, Puckett, 313 Den Podcast, The Guys Huddle, Shots from the Sideline, Let's Talk Sports, The Michigan Truth Sports Podcast, Off the Rails, NFC Northeast, Power Hours, and Detroit Lions News. Make sure you follow, like, share, subscribe, and comment. Hope you like all the shows.
Good afternoon. It is Lions Talk with Smoking Jeremy B. For some reason, these lights aren't working today. How's everybody doing? We got Davey, Brent, Michael Marsh, and Brent in the chat already. So while everybody was clamoring about the signing of Patrick Surtian yesterday, what went missed is a lot of people forgot about another extension that was done. And granted, it's a lesser team and not as big a news, but the Washington Commanders extended offensive guard Samuel Cosmi to a 4-year extension. I think it was a good move. He's by far their best offensive lineman, and that shores up the interior part of that O-line for the Washington Commanders the next 4 years. The Foreskins got their guy. So, other than that, there really isn't a lot of news out there so far. Yeah, it's a Jack Campbell, baby. Gotta wear it. It's almost game day. You gotta be ready. I got more to pick. We got Yoli Cruz in the chat. Top Huddle Sports Network fan. First one here. Oh, just nothing. Just ready to talk some football. We did our pick'ems last night, and we can go over them again if you want for the guys that weren't able to attend the show last night. That's up to you. If you want to go through the pick'ems, we can do that. I get mine through a website that we have connections with, and I get all my shirts a lot cheaper than Dunham's. Good morning, Matt Henry. How you doing today? It's a great day. I'm so ready for football, it isn't funny. Tonight, we have the Baltimore Ravens coming into Arrowhead Stadium to face off against the team that celebrated a Super Bowl win last year and lost, and they're doing the same thing again this year, hanging the banners, parading through town, everything else. Do you expect a different result? Do you expect that they will beat the Ravens, or do you expect a similar performance to what they had last year? I kind of expect the same thing. I kind of expect them to come out flat. Yes, it's real football finally. The records count. Interesting NFL fact over the last 3 seasons. Rookie quarterbacks are 0-14-1 in the first week of NFL football. Will Caleb Williams be the first rookie quarterback to do it? Or will it be Bo Nix? Or will it be Jaden Daniels? We know it won't be JJ. And we know it won't be Drake May. Mike, the Bear fan. Good morning, sir. Good to see you. He's chiming in over on the Huddle Sports Network. Caleb Williams will be the first. You can talk about that confidently, but that Titans defense is pretty stout. They've got a good front seven too. They've got great corners. They revamped that defense this year. I'm not as confident that the Bears will win that game. And I want to say it one more time in case anyone missed it. My brother was promoted to E9 in the Navy, and I want to say how proud I am of his long career he's had in the Navy, and I wish him nothing but the best. And I thank him for his service. The Jets are the ones playing the 49ers, and the Ravens are playing the Chiefs. Thank you, Mike the Bear fan. I appreciate it. People don't realize he languished for 4 years as an E6, and they realized, wow, we skipped you on two promotions you should have had already. So they promoted him straight from E6 to E9. I got to see Caleb put it on the field. That's all I'm saying. In the regular season, not against backup, and not with vanilla playbooks. There's a big difference there. Yeah, I can't even get this to brighten up in here. It's amazing what the sun does to the background here. There, let's try that. I don't agree with starting a rookie quarterback. It could damage him. You don't know. We just don't know what it's going to do here. And I'm not saying that because Caleb's going to be a bad QB. I'm just saying historically, rookie QBs have struggled in week one. Oh, I understand. But at the same time, I don't know if your O line is as improved as you guys think it is. We got to see it on the field. Because if the O line struggles, Caleb will struggle, regardless of the weapons out there. We got Dwayne Keene and Brent in the chat now. Let's go Detroit Lions, one pride, NFC North Division Championship title. All grit, never back down. And I'm going to add, it takes more. It takes that 1 week at a time mentality. That's what we had last year. That's what we're going into this year with. We're focusing on the opponent in front of us. We're not looking ahead. And I think in a couple of those games that were close that we lost, we did look ahead. Right. Absolutely. The O-line did make changes, and we will see if it's for the better. The one O-line that has regressed this year, we have to admit, it's the Rams. Their left tackle suspended for 2 games due to PED use. The right tackle's out for 4 weeks. So you got backups at both tackle positions. Their offensive guard that was supposed to start at right guard, Rob Haverstein, just went down with an injury. So now you're looking at a backup right guard and a backup left guard because their starting left guard has to play center because their center is hurt, and he hasn't played center in 8 years. The last time he played center was his rookie year at Rutgers. That does not spell for a good day for Matt Stafford, Puka Nakua, Cooper Kupp, and whoever else is on the field. This is after washing my hands. I work in tires. The rubber gets embedded in the skin. I wash my hands religiously. We are going to go at Jonah hard, 100%. Tomorrow will be the pregame show on the Lions Fan Cave chat at 9 p.m. Thursday. Uh, I do have Fire Up tonight around 9, somewhere between 9 and 9:30 we start, and we will be talking football, of course, because that is going to be what's on our TVs. That's what's going to be in the background. The Bears are going to struggle against the Titans. Caleb is going to look like a rookie. Um, the fact that Reeder has got a chance to play tells me that it might be a long day for the Rams O line because they're gonna have to double. Things kick off tonight. Yes, sir. The Titans added L'Jarius Sneed. Let's not forget that. Yep, Caleb is a rookie. Of course, he's gonna struggle and make mistakes. If I'm the Lions, I'm holding Reeder out until week 3 until making sure he's 100%. Yeah, tonight is when it's Baltimore Ravens. We went from Benito Jones to DJ Reader. What a great defense. We also have Levi, who's finally fully healthy, 100%. Uh, our two most improved guys, according to the coaches, Jamison Williams and Levi Onwuzurike. And I literally had him prior to the season as on the bubble. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. They're going to keep a heavy rotation at that defensive tackle position. I expect there to be a wide receiver and a defensive tackle call up, possibly a DN call up, because we don't know how Houston has looked in practice this week. I haven't heard anything. So there's 7 guys or 6 guys that get sat with 52 men on the roster because there's 7 practice squad call ups every game. AJB, I took Monday off work because when we kick the Rams' ass, I'm going to party. Amen, brother. I don't even think it's going to be close. With that Rams O line being as banged up as it is, Puka's just returning off of injury. It's it's not a good look. It's not a good look for them. Matt Stafford just returning from a hammy strain. I'm almost feeling like there's going to be 4 sacks and 3 picks by the Lions defense in this game. I don't know why. I just got that gut feeling. And I don't think anybody's getting 2 picks in the game. I think it's going to be a rookie and 2 safeties. Kirby Branch and I think Agent Sub-Zero. You read people's comments extremely well, and some guys can't do that. I'm not kissing up, LOL. I hear you. I do miss some, especially when there's a lot of stuff going on. If I've got a lot of guests, it's harder to keep up with the chat. And I apologize if I missed anyone's comments last night. It's not out of disrespect. When you're running a show with that many people, you got to keep things flowing. Hell, we went 100 hour and 45 minutes last night. Everyone is healthy except Ifeatu Melifonwu, and he returned to limited practice yesterday. He's got the loving feeling. Whoa, that loving feeling. That's right. He's got that loving feeling. Whoa, that loving feeling. I think Sub-Zero's getting our other Agent Sub-Zero's getting the other pick, which David Montgomery gave him the nickname, so that sticks with me. One of these days, I need to get back on Wednesday. Yes, it was a fun time. And much to your chagrin, I think the Eagles win close. I just got this weird feeling. Eagles have a good record when playing outside the country. Ugh. Obviously, Jeremy is considered the songbird of his generation. I actually placed second out of 529 singers at 49 years old. Eric made a comment about it this morning. I think he's right. Don't be surprised if our second breaks down a few times and the Rams hit a few deep balls. And it's possible with this young secondary. It could happen. Um, I don't expect it because of the O line, though. They got to have the time to make those plays happen and to get open deep downfield. That's the difference I'm talking about. When your O line is banged up, ask the Bears and Packers what it was like facing the Lions with our banged up O line at the time. It didn't go well. Oh, you didn't miss much. Just that I announced that the Commanders did a re-signing yesterday too that slept. Mike Marsh, I get it. Good afternoon, JB, my brother from another mother. What's up, Paul Jones? I just said I think everybody slept on a signing that went underrated yesterday. The best offensive guard for the Washington Commanders was re-signed to a 4-year contract in Samuel Cosmi. Our banged up O line couldn't stop a runny nose. Oh, 100%. And I think that's why a lot of people aren't sleeping on it. I agree. Commanders fired their vice president. To be honest, the Bears matched up extremely well against the Lions and will at least split with them. I agree. I think both teams win their home games, Broski Bear. As much as I hate to say it, I mean, this is the every 7 years that the Lions win a Thanksgiving Day game usually. That's what it's been ever since Barry Sanders left town. And the last time was a divisional opponent also. It was the Minnesota Vikings, who had a very good year that year. So I I I just feel like this is the year that we win our home game, you win yours. I think it's the same. We might fall flat versus the Packers in Lambeau, but if we win that game, we're going to lose the home game the next week. Odds of Detroit, Chicago, and Green Bay all making the playoffs, it's at about 10% because we have to think there are only 3 wild card spots. So one team's going to win. Second place is probably going to have at least 10 wins, and the other one has got to compete with all the other lower teams making it in. I think 2 teams is almost a lot. And I'm not even going to say which ones because we all know what I think. Yeah, I didn't want to put it out there. Hey, I did hear a funny rumor with porn star Jimmy being on the practice squad. He's not going to be in Detroit either. Kelly Stafford is staying back home. I think they're shacking up. I like being that smart ass. Sorry. So, who is your lock pick of the week? My lock to bet on, and I think you can push the point spread to 10, is Bengals over New England. I I don't see a chance how New England even gets close to Bengals in this game. If they do, kudos to them. But it is that time, and I need to do my intro because I need a soda. My throat is dry.
Here locally in the community, make sure y'all go check out New Cat Body by Jeremy Campbell.
All right. Not only is Kelly cheating on Matt the Cuck, she's recording it and making Matt watch the videos. The Raiders have porn star guy Uncle Rico. Gardner Minshew is there. Jimmy G is the third string quarterback on the practice squad for the Rams. He stays in LA along with Kelly Stafford, put 2 and 2 together. Jimmy G got demoted and wasn't re-signed this year. He had a 1-year deal. Oh, that's sick. Like I said, with Jimmy G staying in LA, it could be Kelly. Kelly and Jimmy G making their first porn star video since he doesn't have his sponsorship by the Bunny Ranch anymore. How good is Gardner Minshew? He damn near got the Colts in the playoffs last year as a backup when he came in because of Anthony Richardson going down. Brent, what do you mean Matt enjoys it? He must. He liked being sloppy seconds in Georgia. That guy's no good for you. Come back to me. Respect the mustache. Yes, Uncle Rico. Second best mustache in NFL history. First one was Jim Hostetler. I think Gardner Minshew has slowly become the new Ryan Fitzpatrick. Couldn't make it as a starter. Goes to be a backup. Wins games every time he comes in. And now he gets the chance to be the starter again. I just hope he doesn't fall on his face for the Raiders. I think he'd have been better off if they let AOC start and then he comes in as the backup and saves the year. Good Lord. I didn't realize my volume was up that loud. No. It's not really a thing. We're being funny. Minshew is Baker Light. I'd take him on at least 20 other teams. Um, I'd say 10. I'd say 10. And we have to see if Baker can do it without the QB guru that was there last year that's now the head coach of the Carolina Panthers. It's why I'm picking the Panthers to beat the Saints this week. Bryce Young has Dave Canales skirting his QB juice all over him, and he might be a way better QB than everybody thought. I just love to talk football. I care less if I got guests. If I'm by myself, I love talking football. So tonight, Baltimore at Kansas City. I think Kansas City can win straight up, but Baltimore will cover. And I think they might even eke out the win. I just got that feeling. Green Bay at Philly, I think in Brazil, I for some reason the better talented roster is Philly. The coach team, it's Green Bay. And Kellen Moore did wonders with Dallas and Dak. So maybe he can resurrect Jalen Hurts back to what he was 2 years ago. Pittsburgh at Atlanta, I'm going for the upset. I'm taking Pittsburgh. Defense travels. I got Buffalo, Arizona, because last time Arizona won a game going 3 time zones east, it was the Panthers. Put that into perspective, and that was when they had Matt Corral starting. Um, Tennessee at Chicago. I'm taking Tennessee. I just got this weird feeling they'll at least cover, if not win outright. Cincinnati, I said it's my lock of the week. You could push the points to 10. I think they're going to win it by 17. Houston over Indy. Oh, I understand that. But he hasn't had a good old line. He hasn't had good weapons. He has better weapons this year than he had last year. That's why I expect more out of him. Houston at Indy, I'm taking the Texans. A proven roster over an overhyped team, and I think they are way overhyped. Jacksonville at Miami, I'm taking the track team. Miami has way too much on offense for that Jags defense to keep up with. Carolina at New Orleans. I originally picked the Saints, but with the point spread, I'm taking Carolina. Minnesota at New York. I won't be surprised if New York outright wins this game. Las Vegas at Chargers. I'm taking the Raiders because LA does not have a home crowd. I'm taking Denver over Seattle as an upset. I'm taking Cleveland over Dallas. I'm taking Tampa Bay over Washington. I'm taking Detroit over Rams. And I'm taking San Francisco over Jets. Yes, sir. We got football tonight. And I think Baltimore somehow is going to get this win. For some reason, after they celebrate a Super Bowl win, Kansas City comes out fast. Oh, John Barfield, Caleb Williams, and the Bears will see an insane amount of blitzes and disguise coverages. The Titans have a strong D line and guys mostly trained by our coach Williams. Caleb loses this first game. Oh, I agree, Brent. We've seen this before where a team trades up for a quarterback, trades away their best weapon on the roster, and it doesn't go well. And that's exactly what happened to the Panthers. They should have kept their picks. I have the Ravens too, although the Broncos don't beat my Hawks. I'm only picking Denver because I think they're going to cover, not to outright win. Let me rephrase that, Bo. I think Denver loses the game but covers the point spread. Oh, that probably happens, LOL. Just because there's a lot of coaching incontinuity, there's a lot of things that have to gel for you to be able to do everything that's expected of the Seahawks. That's where I'm going with that, Bo. At least Denver has coaching continuity. I'm not saying it's good, but it's continuity. And they locked down their best defender yesterday. They should have brought Justin Simmons back too, but they couldn't afford to do both. Right, 100%. If they kept their draft picks, they would have had Caleb now, not the Bears. 100%. But would they have been as bad if they'd have kept Baker Mayfield another season? That's my point. They let Baker walk. He goes into Tampa and lights it up. The Hawks to cover is always a risky bet. Last year, the best team to cover the point spread, 14-6 against it, was the Detroit Lions. At the bottom of it was New England. Believe it or not, the Chiefs, Seahawks, and if I remember right, the Commanders. Baker is far better than the Browns left him. 100%. I think the Browns made a mistake trading for Watson and letting Baker walk. Because with Baker there, they'd win 4 more games a year versus Deshaun Watson because of the continuity that he had with that offense. Oh, I know. Bears lose, Green Bay loses, and Vikings lose. Detroit wins, path to winning, the North begins. And I'm talking in the last 3 seasons combined, they'd at least had 4 more wins altogether. Bryce is a Keebler elf and isn't NFL material. So is Kyler Murray, and everybody thinks he's great. I don't see it. He's a head case. Kyler's so short he makes Doug Flutie look like a giant. And Bryce Young's even smaller. Until they invent platform cleats that a quarterback can throw from, I don't think either quarterback's going to be great. I just said Bryce Young's going to be better. And I got San Francisco beating the Jets. I got the total point scored at 38, so take the under of the 51 in that game. Take the under. Sorry, the only losing team this week in the North will be Minnesota. I disagree. I just think there's too much talent on that Eagles roster. And you guys are dealing with a lot of injuries right now. They only have one guy out this game. I don't know who's all out for the Packers because they keep that close to the vest. They just keep on saying limited or no practice for the Packers guys. But the only guy out for the Eagles is Devin White. Nope. But he does have a QB brain. He was one of the smarter QBs coming out that way. If everything didn't work out that way, do you think the Bears would have had Bryce Young now? Ooh. I don't know. I think if they didn't have the number 1 pick, I think they'd have still built around Justin Fields, and they'd have him in the 4th year of his contract, is what I think. If they didn't have that number 1 pick, they wouldn't have been picking a quarterback this year. Because let's say they didn't make that trade, Carolina doesn't move up. I think the Bears would have taken the best offensive lineman that year at 1, or the best wide receiver, one of the two. He's saying if the Panthers didn't make the trade with the Bears and they kept DJ Moore and they kept their number 1 pick and all that stuff, they kept their 9th pick overall. What would you have done with the number 1 pick in that draft? Would you have gone Bryce Young or would you have gone CJ Stroud? I think you guys were gun shy, is why you wanted out. And you didn't want to take Stroud because I don't think you'd have taken Bryce Young. Is what he's getting at, Broski Bear. Now do you get it? And at 9, just think Bryce Young might have been an Indianapolis Colt. for a Texan. And all those franchises change right there immediately when you say that. The hypothetical is the Panthers don't trade to get the one. Broski Bear is what he's saying. They don't trade up to get Bryce Young. They keep Baker Mayfield another year. And then at 9, they either go O-line or they go wide receiver. You guys have the first pick overall. I think you'd have gone O-line or wide receiver or defensive end. I don't think you'd have went quarterback that year. Because it was only the third year of Justin's quarterback at that time. Now, do you get where we're going, Broski Bear, what he was asking? Most improved team in the NFL since 2020, Detroit Lions. I said something nice. It goes without saying, where we were in 2020 was in a bad spot. Matt Patricia, Bob Quinn, Matt Stafford looking like he wanted out. He handed out picks that year like it was Halloween candy. It was a bad year. And now here we are 3 years later, after 3 seasons. The Bears would have been a different team 100%. You're not wrong. And the Panthers would have been a different team. Look at it both ways. The problem is Dave Tepper hired GMs that were yes men. They didn't get a GM that had a backbone until they got Dan Morgan in there. Dan Morgan literally told Dave Tepper of the Panthers, the owner, said, "Hey, you write the checks, I make the decisions. That's how it's going to be, or I won't be here." And it's about damn time. Smoking Dad makes it in. Yes, we are still at 510 subs. I'm not going to beg for subs. Like I said, they happen automatically. You guys share this stuff out enough for me, and I work my own magic outside the show. That's where I get my subs. I talk about my channel out in public, and people say, "Oh, wow, what is it? I'll check it out." And they usually stay. They don't always watch me live, but they do watch my shows because every single view, every single time it says, "Oh, there's 12, there's 13 watching, and there's 7 likes." For some reason, 8, 9 likes. That's what I ask for, is likes and comments. And then share it wherever you can, because that's what will get me my subs. I don't have to ask you guys to do it. And that's an amazing thing. It's nice when your best advocators are your fans. We're getting close to that time where I get to do our sponsors here in about 10 minutes. He might have, because what we said is not wrong. We got 15 watching on YouTube. Everybody's on YouTube now. This is great. 10 likes. Thank you guys. That's what I want. I want the likes. The more likes your show gets in percentage of viewers that you have live, the more your show gets moved up the list and people start finding it more too. Tomorrow, we're going to be having a lot of fun. Later, guys. Might see you tomorrow. Otherwise, enjoy the first week of football. Thank you, Moonscar Blade. We appreciate you. Brent DeWitt, good afternoon, everyone. I've been listening while painting the deck. Oh, that's fun. Back-breaking task unless you're using a nice push broom handle. I got another like. Yep. Thank you. Appreciate it. Up to 12 likes. This is great. Oh, you want me to do it that way? If I got to do it that way, I got to put up the meme. We got to do it right. Fuck the Packers. Sponsor number one out of the way. Oh, man, guys. And this one's just for Broski if you're out there. Fuck the Bears. I'm taking back my like. Hey, you can't get mad at fans not liking the Packers when they're Lions fans. Just like you hate us because you ain't us, we hate you because we ain't you. As far as the team is concerned, we love you as a person, Mike Marsh. It was great meeting you the other night. It was a great conversation. We had fun for about an hour and a half just bullshitting. And last but not least, you know what you can tell the Vikings? Get skull fucked. He's a Packer fan. And I appreciate his viewership and I appreciate his friendship in real life, Mike Marsh. So, what do you guys want to ask me? Any question, anywhere around the league. If I don't know the answer, I'll look it up. We got 6 minutes left in the show. There's not a lot of news out there, so I always does it. If you notice that nobody says anything about the Vikings, absolutely. It took me 6 months this year to come up with the meme fuck for for the Vikings. FTPBV, yes sir. Oh yeah, and CB. Fuck the Cowboys too. Wow, we dropped to 9 viewers that fast. I got more likes than viewers. 100%. I think I ran off all the other fans. I know Moonscar just left. I think Broski left. Oh no, I got a visual now. You know what's best about that? Did you guys notice that's the crying Viking logo? Look at that again. Oh, I love it. But before we go off the air, give me a football question. I might even go into the NFL Book of Trivia. Open to a random page. Huh. That one's too easy. That one's easy too. Absolutely can't stand the cow turds. Okay, how many running backs have been named the Super Bowl MVP? I know the answer. What's up with JJ McCarthy? He had a torn MCL. He'll be out this season. When they went in to clean up the meniscus, they found the tear in his MCL and repaired it, and he's been sidelined for the year. Nope, both are wrong so far. How many yards will JMO get? I think it'll be 700 plus yards receiving and possibly 250 plus yards rushing. It is more than that, guys. There have been 7 NFL running backs that have been named the Super Bowl MVP. The first one was Larry Zonka. The second one was Franco Harris. The third one was John Riggins. Marcus Allen was the fourth. Otis Anderson was the fifth. Emmett Smith was the sixth. And Terrell Davis of the Broncos was the last one named the Super Bowl MVP. And rightfully so. He had a game while John Elway did nothing. It was that defense and Terrell Davis that won the one Super Bowl. The game when Elway got it was when he got helicoptered into the end zone. Quite a list. Let me find another obscure one. Let's go towards back. Oh, I already asked this one time. That's an easy one. Matter of fact, I said it. Well, we know that one. I talk about him all the time. Yep. If he'd have did that in college, he would have did that. Yes, Buck the Mall, Davy. I love it. So, what team holds the record for most shutouts in a season in the Super Bowl era? Does anybody know? Had the dumbass Pete Carroll ran the win in the Super Bowl, Lynch would have gotten it as well. 100%. That'd have been number 8. But who has had the most shutouts in the Super Bowl era in one regular season? It's a crazy one here. 'Cause I didn't think it was that many. It wasn't the Broncos. Broncos, yes, Pittsburgh with 5. the first year they won the Super Bowl when Franco Harris was the Super Bowl MVP, they had 5 shutouts that year. Broncos had 4, which is astounding in itself. No one else has been close. It's been 3 or 4 for every other team that's gotten close. The Broncos got 4 one year. Washington got 3. Believe it or not, Detroit even had 2 in the 2014 season. The Steel Curtain. Yep. Well, it is that time for me to do my sponsor, the one that pays me. It's Brandon Service right at the corner of South Grand Traverse and West Atherton Road, 602 West Atherton Road in Flint, Michigan. Flint, where the water's shit, but the tires are good. Come on in and check us out for used tires starting at $40 a piece, depending on size, condition, and whatever. And if you need new tires, please call 810-233-8230. Talk to George, Red, or myself to get your quote for new tires. Allow us a day to get them in. If you mention this ad when buying a set of tires, you get $10 off your set. Be coached by Sean Payton with one of the worst defenses in the league. That's all I can say, Mike Marsh. You know what the bad part is? It wasn't even the wide receivers that beat them. It was Devin Ashane. I want square tires. You're gonna have to find a square tire store. I've never seen them there, PC. Good to see you, brother. Where the water is shit, but the tires are awesome. This has been Kneecap Biting with the Motor City Lions. Have a blessed day, everybody. It's time for this guy to go.